After smashing Gabon 4-1 in the widest game of our qualifiers, the Super Eagles now steps into the CAF Playoff against DR Congo, a match where everything is on the line. One game, one chance, and our entire World Cup fate will be decided. But before we dive into this gargantuan preview, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, you know the drills. Help your boy get to that 10k subscriber mark. Let's dive into it. Brother, since this qualifier series kicked off, we have been living inside a Nollywood trailer. No calm, no comfort, just pure chaos, late drama, and heart rate destroying football. Nigeria has danced on the edge in this campaign. We have waited the final days just to squeeze ourselves into the CAF playoff, and somehow we are still standing. And God only knows how we are still standing, because we have made this road far more dramatic than it ever needed to be. But what happened in Rabat against Gabon? That wasn't luck. That was character. That was survival instinct. That was the Super Eagles reminded Africa that when it comes to suffer, nobody suffers better than us. Let's rewind properly, because going into that semi-final, we knew the stakes. One mistake, one bad moment, one lapses, and our entire World Cup dream evaporates for the next 4 years. And then the match starts. You could feel the tension in every Nigerian chest. Gabon came to fight, and we didn't exactly start like a team ready to dominate. It was cagey, it was uncomfortable. It felt like one of those nights where something stupid could end us. Then Eguavoen finally broke the deadlock in the 78th minute. At that moment, every Nigerian let out the loudest finally, because we deserved that lead. We worked for it. But this team, this footballing stress machine, never lets us breathe. 89 minutes, a nothing situation, a simple ball, then boom, Maliolamin forced an on-goal deflection, and it's 1-1. Typical Super Eagles storyline. Pain when it mattered the most. Extra time starts, and honestly, most Nigerians are thinking, are we going to suffer like this again? But that moment, everything's flipped. In the 97th minute, Chidera Ejuke takes responsibility, drives, he smashed it, 2-1. And suddenly we saw life again. Then the killer arrived. Not just one, but two. Osimhen in the 102nd minute and the 110th. Both finishes instinctive, ruthless, and championship level. The type of goal where you don't even celebrate. You just scream because finally the stress finally leaves your chest. And like that, in the most chaotic, dramatic, and ridiculous fashion, Nigeria beat Gabon 4-1 and marched into the playoff final. But let's not pretend this happened by magic. Credit must go to the man stirring this madness. Eric Chelle, the man who walked into fire but refused to burn. I have to say it. Honestly, Eric Chelle is pulling off a miracle with us. When he took this job, he didn't inherit a team. He inherited a storm. Confidence on the floor, chemistry broken, Nigerians arguing every day, players selection full of politics, favoritism, and senior nonsense. But now, if you play well, you get it. If you don't, you see it. Zero favoritism, zero politics, zero fear. And this is what we have been begging for. 10 games in charge, 6 wins, 4 draw, and 0 defeats. Unbeaten in all competition. That's not luck, that's clarity, that's structure, that's accountability. We are seeing players strive, and we are seeing intensity back. We are seeing purpose. Eric Chelle has made Super Eagles a team again, not a collection of talent. And now we are 90 minutes away from taking this resurrection to the final stage. While we are fighting Gabon, DR Congo were fighting their own war. Cameroon had more of the balls, more chances, more control, but DR Congo did the thing that defines them. They don't panic. They defended like warriors, they trusted their goalkeeper Lionel Messi, and they waited for their moment. 94th minute, Chanel Mbambe, captain, leader, warrior, peels off the back of the post, heads in the corner, 1-0, game over. DR Congo didn't just win, they survived just like us. Both teams crossed into the final dripping in drama, tension, sweat, last minute miracles, which is exactly why Sunday in Rabat is going to be a battle of mentality, not just football. Mentality. This is it. Winner goes to the inter-confederation playoff, loser goes home, dream shattered. Nigeria versus DR Congo in Rabat. Two teams who refuses to die. Two nations who fought through chaos to reach this point. Two managers who rebuilt belief. And now its winner takes everything. We have survived the madness. We have rebuilt our spirit. We have reminded Africa who we are. Now it's time to finish the job. And that's the crazy part in all this. After all we survived, After dragging ourselves through late goals, extra time stress, emotional roller coaster, we are stepping into the final against a team we barely know competitively. Nigeria and DR Congo barely cross paths. No rivalry, no history of real battles. Just few friendlies scattered across the years. And even those gave us mixed emotion. We have beaten them, we have lost to them, we have drawn with them. But none of this game matters the way this one does. The last time we smashed them was that wide 5-2 win in 2010. Then in 2015 they hit us with a 2-0 loss. In 2018 we played a 1-1 draw. But here is the point. Not a single one of those games was competitive. No qualifiers, no tournaments, no knockout states, nothing. Which means this final in Rabat, this is the first time Nigeria and DR Congo meet with something real on the line. Something massive. A World Cup dream hanging between both nations. And that makes this whole thing even more unpredictable and more dangerous. Because now the past means nothing. Friendly doesn't matter. Old score doesn't matter. This is the first real chapter. And the team that writes it keeps their 2026 dream alive. And if you are being honest with ourselves, Nigeria can stroll into the final thinking DR Congo as some walkover. This is a team built on experience, discipline, players who knows exactly how to suffer through tense knockout matches. Everything starts with Chanel Mbambe. This guy isn't just a center back. He's the spine, the voice, the captain, the heartbeat of the Leopards. At Slayer, he has been a leader for years. And for DR Congo, he's practically their commander on the pitch. Look at that semi-final against Cameroon. He marshaled the backline, kept everything locked in, then stepped up in the stoppage time with the match-winning header that sent them to the final. That's not luck, that's leadership. And in games like this, leadership can steal a result. Then up top, Cedric Bakumba. Even in his veteran years, he's still a nightmare to defenders. If you let him pin your center backs, he gives them a proper target. Someone who can hold up play, win foul, buy time, and let others join the attack. If we switch off and allow him settle, we will suffer. Beside him is Feston Mbaele. Pace, direct running, and the kind of counter-attacking threats that punish sloppy transition. Give him space, and he will sprint straight into it. The midfield isn't flashy, but it's solid. Junior Onaga and the rest of the engine keeps things simple. Scream the defense, break up play, move the ball forward. They don't overcomplicate things. They are there to keep the structure and avoid chaos. And then the man who holds everything together at the back, Lionel Mpasi. In the semi-final, he was high school. Claimed crosses, made saves, control areas, no theatrics, no panic. His calm presence allowed DR Congo to soak pressure and survive long period where Cameroon looked more dangerous. This isn't a team full of superstars. It's a team full of grown men who knows how to win ugly. And that's what makes them dangerous. But that's exactly why we must show up with full intensity. This is not the match to relax, to experiment, to wait until 70 minutes to wake up. DR Congo will punish hesitation. And if we want to keep our 2026 dream alive, we need to respect the danger and shut it down. Now let's break down the football side of this, because DR Congo aren't coming to Rabat to entertain anybody. This is a team built on structure, discipline, and timing. Everything they do is about staying compact, waiting for the exact moment to strike. Defensively, they are a flat four with Mbambe organizing every step like a general. You can see his influence in how they shift, how they close gap, and how they refuses to be stretched. Their setup is designed to frustrate you, force you wide, and force you into mistakes, and make you play in predictable patterns. One report says it perfectly. DR Congo approach was built on discipline and flashes of power up front. That's exactly what we are facing. A team that might not dominate the ball, but they dominate spaces that matter. When they attack, it's about long spell of possession, it's about transition, set piece, isolation moment of chaos. Bakumba is the first piece of that puzzle. He plays like a proper old school target man. Nigeria knows how dangerous that kind of striker can be if we switch off even for 1 second. CAF analysts summed it up perfectly. DR Congo married organization with timely set piece strength. They sit, they suffer, they wait, and they punch. Simple, effective, and dangerous. But this approach also exposes their weakness. They don't have a natural creator in the midfield. They don't have a conductor who breaks structure on his own. If you force them to build, they struggle. If you deny them transition and set piece, they run out of ideas. So the battle is clear. We'll test their shape with our speed, our rotation, and our movement between the lines. They will test our concentration, waiting for one bad moment, For Nigeria to win, we must stay switched on from minute 1 to minute 95 because DR Congo aren't coming to play. They are coming. For this final, I'm not overthinking anything. I'm going with a 4-4-2. Simple, solid, and exactly what we need in a game where a simple mistake can destroy everything. This isn't time for experiments. This is time for clarity. And that's why I'll be starting in goal with Stanley Wabali. Let me say this with my chest. He starts. I know some Nigerians has been shouting he should be dropped, but I don't care. In a big game, you keep the steady hand. Wabali gives us calm, presence, and composure. He's not perfect, but he's the best we have got for the moment. He's in goal, period. And at right back, Benjamin Fredericks. Every time this boy plays, he earns more respect. He handled the centre-back duties against Gabon like a veteran. But for this game, I'm pushing him to the right back. He's more secure, more composed, and he gives zero nonsense. Besides Samuel, a good player, but he has a bozo moment in him. And this is not the match for bozo energy. Benji starts. At the heart of the defense, I'll be going with Semi Ajayi and Kevin Bassey. Semi Ajayi returns from suspension, and that's massive for us. He brings height, calmness, and actual defensive leadership. Next to him, Kevin Bassey, one of the best Super Eagles performers under Eric Chelle. When these two lock in, we're at war. Simple. Left back, I'll be going with Zaidu Sanusi. I won't lie, Sanusi surprised me against Gabon. He delivered a proper left back performance, aggression, discipline, and intelligence. He earned his spot, no debate. He starts again. A midfield 2 of Rafael Onyedika and Alex Iwobi. Indeed, he's suspended. Fine, no crying. This is the moment Nigeria has been waiting for anyway. Rafael Onyedika's time has finally arrived. This guy has battled the best midfielders in Europe. He scored at Etihad, fought the Barcelona midfield in Champions League, and never hit. This is his stage. Beside him is Alex Iwobi. We know what he gives: creativity, intelligence, final thought craft, no long talk. He starts. Left midfield, Ademola Lookman. Lookman is back fit, sharp, and back carrying the weight of being African best player. He wasn't great against Gabon, fair. But this is the kind of match where great players make statements. You don't bench Lookman, you demand response from him. Right midfield, I'll be going with Chidera Ejuke. In the biggest moment against Gabon, he stepped forward and delivered. Under Eric Chelle, performance equals opportunity. Ejuke brings unpredictability, flair, directness. He's the kind of player who makes Nigerians leave their seats. He has to start. Strikers, this one kind of pick itself. I'll be going with Victor Osimhen and Akwa Adams. This partnership is the future of Super Eagles. Osimhen bullies defenders, drags them out of their zone, creates space where space shouldn't exist. Akwa Adams tries on those pockets, running channels, attacking spaces, and using that pace and power to create chaos. We saw the chemistry against Gabon. It's real. It works. This 4-4-2 gives us balance, structure, proper width, 2 threats up front, midfield security, and defensive discipline. It's straightforward, it's effective, and perfectly suited to the intensity of a playoff final. No overthinking, no complication, just the strong version of us. I'm going with a 2-0 Nigerian win. Simple. We have better firepower, we have better bench, and we have momentum. If we stay disciplined, cut out silly mistakes, and take our chances, we beat their compact low block and shut down their counters. And with that said, that's the end of the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Go be.